Benjamin Barker on second.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law number 2. When I call your name, I'm going to ask that you will come up before the bench with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, your attorney is probably in another court handling another matter, and we'll wait for your attorney to arrive. Let's be back there. We have any pleas ready?
I just sent one over, Judge, but it's not ready yet.
Okay.
There's one on the way.
First case is cause number M330404. Case is style of State of Texas versus Cammie Lynn Johnson. Ms. Johnson, your full name is Cammie Lynn Johnson. How are you doing, Ms. Johnson?
How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Johnson, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Matthew Morin. Attorney Morin, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge.
Attorney Morin, what is your announcement in Ms. Johnson's case?
Your Honor, I've spoken with the state this morning. I believe we've got something worked out. We just need just a brief reset, probably. I think if we don't get the matter handled before the next one, we'll have it handled at the next one.
Pretrial diversion.
Yes, Judge, we're going to be applying for a pretrial diversion in this case, and we kind of got a backup offer on this one.
I believe signing just passed, Your Honor. Will probably be a couple months out.
Yeah, it was just this,
It's Thursday.
it was just yesterday, right?
It's right.
So we're gonna have to reset it to October. October, they have signups every other month. And so if you apply, may get in on the next sign-in date, which is in October.
Yes, Judge.
So we're gonna reset this, come on a minute, reset this case to October. Let me look at something.
I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And Judge, just for the court's knowledge, I don't think we got kind of a
The backup. where should that
backup if for some reason the pretrial, which we have no reason to believe it will, but then if not, if the pretrial falls through, we'll have this matter handled at the next docket.
Okay, I'm just looking at why it's so old.
And the reason this one's a little older than than it shows is there was a package worn out that nobody knew about, that that the traffic stop ended up, a year later.
Okay, so it was
Yeah.
filed and it took a couple of years before she was actually arrested.
Yes.
Oh,
Or
okay,
first
that's,
time she'd ever stopped.
okay. I was wondering,
First ticket.
when I looked at why is this? This is Johnson. Did you already reset it? I don't see it on here.
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I was
Go to
looking,
October 14th.
no, because she usually stay on here, just that it is down here at the bottom. Yeah, it was it was. Let me see. Yeah, see, it was, in August of 21. She wasn't arrested till January 24th. Okay, all right. This case is gonna be reset. What's that reset date?
October 14th.
Okay, this case is gonna be reset October 14th. Ms. Johnson, to give your attorney, to give you an opportunity to see if you get put in a pretrial diversion program. Your attorney is going to get you reset. from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a stay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
welcome. Okay, let me go ahead and do this one before we get to that. Stephen Carlin Parker. Mr. Parker, your full name is Stephen Carlin Parker. How are you doing, Mr. Parker?
Great, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Parker, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney Moran. And state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Attorney Moran, what is your announcement in Mr. Parker's case?
Your Honor, we've reached a plea agreement. We're just waiting to get one of the iPads.
Oh, okay,
They're ready and working.
all right, just have a seat
Yes, sir.
and we'll call you back up. Who do you have, Rick?
So.
Okay, okay. What's the letter then? I need to have the yeah, that's my tablet.
We're not high tech in Jasper. We're not so high tech in Jasper.
Yeah.
Should be your blind. Oh.
You're right. Next case is Zanaya I. Daniels.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see, let's go back to the This is cause number 24 CCCR 20. Let me back up. 24 CCCR 0246. Case is style state of Texas versus Linda Wyckoff. Ms. Wyckoff, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms.
I'm
Wyckoff?
blessed. And how about yourself?
I'm blessed as well. Now, Ms. Wyckoff, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Judge. How
Yeah.
are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Dahl, what is your announcement in Ms. Wyckoff's case?
We would like to either get another 60 days for something that's not connected to the district attorney's thing directly, or set it on the trial docket. I don't want to set it on the trial docket, but we can put it there.
I mean, it's not an old case. We can give you a reset.
Okay.
Okay. You have any objections, State?
No objections.
Ms. Redmond,
Yes, sir.
could you give us a reset of Linda Wyckoff?
Put it on the announcement document,
Yes, it's still gonna be placed on the announcement docket.
September 18th.
Okay, this case will be reset to September 18th. Is that enough time?
It should be, Judge. I just gotta go to Houston,
Okay,
so.
so we're gonna
That's 6
reset it to
weeks.
September.
That's 6 weeks.
That's good?
I mean,
Okay, so we'll reset it to September 18th, 2024. Ms. Wyckoff, once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Dahl, you can get your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go as well. You have a
Okay,
blessed day.
thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Zanaya Daniels.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is cause number 24 CCCR 0762. Basis style of state of Texas versus Zanaya I. Daniels. Ms. Daniels, is that your full name? How are you doing, Ms. Daniels?
Great, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Daniels, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jack Lawrence. Attorney Lawrence, how are you doing?
Just fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Lawrence, do you waive a record in Ms. Daniels' case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Daniels, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information is on my computer. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this document, it alleges that you, Sanaya I. Daniels, on or about February the 2nd of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Daniels, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Ms. Daniels, I also have before me a document on this tablet that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials ZD on a line next to a box that's checked nola contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature? And on The next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that is checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me on paper a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Ms. Daniels, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Daniels, are you a citizen of the United States?
State offer states one.
Any objections, Mr. Lawrence?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you have advised and counseled Ms. Daniels. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None at all, Your Honor.
And Ms. Daniels, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Okay, Ms. Daniels, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 1 year deferred, $300 fine, 40 hours community service plus theft class.
And I need to add something, Your Honor.
Add something to the plea bargain?
Well, before you go to sentencing, I'll just mention that, if
Hold on,
you
is
look
it,
at
is,
the
is,
affidavit,
is it about sentencing?
well, she's
We,
in
we're not in that phase yet. This is,
okay, well,
we're in the first page.
That's
of
the only thing.
guilt
She's
and
in-
innocent phase.
that's the only thing. She's indigent.
Okay. Well, Miss, now, what is her court cost? 277. Okay, and this is that's okay. 50. Um, 577. Okay, it's 250. Thanks. Um, 11. Give me a copy of her affidavit. Okay. You have. Now, this, Ms. Daniels, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay Jefferson County a fine of $300 plus court costs of $277. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson County DWI education, to reimburse Jefferson County for the court appointed attorney's fees. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $158 a month. Are you able to pay the $158 a month? But the question is, are you able to pay it?
No.
No, all right. Now, Ms. Daniels, I have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. I'm handing this document to your attorney, and he's going to hand the document to you. Mr. Lawrence, please hand that document to Ms. Daniels. Ms. Daniels, the document that your attorney has in his hand is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Ms. Daniels, do you recognize that document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of that document, there's a signature at the top left-hand corner. It says defendant signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Daniels, is everything in that document still true and correct today? Get the income information? It is? All right. Let's see. Now, Ms. Daniels. That's 46. Okay, so that's okay. Now, Ms. Daniels, the court is going to find that you're indigent. And based on the finding of indigency, the fine and court costs, the fine of $300 and court costs of $277, which comes to a total of $577, will be converted to 46 hours of community service, and that's pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The attorney's fees in this case will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The reimbursement fee in this case will also be waived pursuant to Article 102.018B of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And now that leaves the probation fee and your analysis fee. The probation fee will be reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 a month, and you'll be required to pay your analysis fee of $15 a month. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month, is $40 a month. Will you be able to pay the $40 a month?
Yes, sir.
You also be required to perform 40 hours of community service in addition to the 46 hours of community service that was converted from fine and court calls. So you'll be required to perform a total of 86 hours of community service. Do you understand that? You will also be required to attend a theft class and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. And now, Ms. Daniels, do you understand that? Now, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer and the adjustments that have been made by the court are fair and just? And do you accept? Okay, now I'll follow the people who are in agreement with the adjustments that the court have made pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Ms. Daniels, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It would not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You talk to your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, about your non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters. Now, Ms. Daniels, you're gonna stand in front of our court coordinator, follow the direction of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. Okay. We don't have nobody else ready?
Judge, I'll represent the court. The holdup on my end was my incompetence with technology.
Oh.
My 3-year-old would have done better.
Yeah. Let's see, goal was reset. Reset. DeMarcus Dwayne Bruno. This motion is what?
It is an MTRP, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, they should have reset this one on,
Wednesday.
yeah. Mr. Bruno. This is cause number M330940. The case is styled the state of Texas versus DeMarcus Bruno. And Mr. Bruno, is that your full name?
Sorry, it is.
Mr. Bruno, I see that you appeared in court on March 26, 2024. At that time, you actually appeared in front of Raymond. At that time, you signed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. In that document, you initialed the line that said that you want your case reset to hire your own attorney. Is that correct? Have you hired your attorney? Why haven't you hired your attorney? You said you need time. Have you talked to any attorneys? You have? And are you gonna hire any of the attorneys that you've talked to? Okay, now, I would imagine they quoted a fee to you. Is that correct? They quoted a fee, a price. And how long will it take for you to be able to get the money to hire the attorney that you would like to hire?
2 months.
Okay, this is the motion to revoke probation. We're gonna put this on the MTRP docket. Okay, we're gonna reset it in 60 days. That's gonna be your last reset to hire. Okay? Okay, give him his reset
Okay.
and we're gonna put him on the MTRP docket. Okay, this case is gonna be reset to October 2nd, 2024. Mr. Bruno, let me ask you this here. Now, when you came into court on the 26th, did the court, or did I read you the allegations that are in the motion to revoke probation? Okay, well, I need to do that right now. Okay, now, Mr. Bruno, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Revoke Unadjudicated Probation. In this motion that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, DeMarcus D. Bruno, in County Court Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, on January 23rd of 2023, that the court found that the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt in the case that's pending against you, which is possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2A, less than or equal to 2 ounces. The court deferred adjudication of guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 1 year. In the motion that the state has filed, there are 2 allegations. First allegation alleges that you, DeMarcus D. Bruno, committed the offense of driving while intoxicated, and that on or about the 2nd day of December of 2023 in the County Court of Jefferson County, State of Texas, against the peace and dignity of the state in violation of Condition 1 of your probation order. Allegation number 2 alleges that you, DeMarcus D. Bruno Sr., failed to pay court-assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of December 8th of 2023, that you were $1,140 in arrears in violation of Condition 8 of your probation order. Now, Mr. Bruno, do you understand the allegations in this motion? Now, Mr. Bruno, if the court find that you have violated any one of these allegations, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, and if you are convicted, the court can assess punishment up to 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail, because this is a Class B misdemeanor. Do you understand that? Now, you have a right to have an attorney. You have elected to, chosen to request that you be given time to hire an attorney, and the court has granted that request. So your case is going to be reset. You can get your reset from the court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. All right, thank you. Who's next? Was it,
That you bring it up.
Johnson is on
That
here?
door right here is locked. Hey,
I don't see Johnson.
how you doing, Stephen?
Who?
Kristen, Stephen?
No.
You doing, Kristen?
Oh, Stevens, yeah, who's doing Stevens? Okay,
So we don't need to change that anymore.
you what?
What am I saying?
You ready on Stevens?
Close, Your Honor. It's 500,
Okay,
very close.
I was
oh, yeah,
just gonna say-
y'all close? Okay,
Yes, Your Honor, we just have.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's submitted, I was like,
All right.
but if the complete thing, we dismissal with
Uh-huh, you can-
we ready there?
No, they changed them.
They change, okay. Okay, and we don't have, let me see that. Oh, let me see. Claudia Bill Davis Jr. Okay. This is, well, these are cause numbers 23 CCCR 0622 and cause number 23 CCCR 1775. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Claudia Bill Davis Jr. Mr. Davis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, how are you doing, Mr. Davis?
All right, how much?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, I see here on the docket sheet that you appeared in court on April 9th. Was that correct?
There be a,
And at that time, you requested time to hire an attorney.
Mhm.
In this case, have you hired your attorney?
No, sir, not at all.
Okay, why haven't you hired your attorney?
Really, it was health, dealing to health issues. Then I was going through health like issues at the time.
Okay, do you have the income to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir. I was in the hospital for like 2 months. I just got out this week.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're doing better.
I got pulmonary hypertension, you know what that is?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what,
High
I was in
blood
the
pressure,
hospital.
yeah. okay. So, what we're gonna do, uh, you need more time to hire an
Yes,
attorney.
sir.
We're gonna
Give
give
me
you,
like 30 days. It wouldn't take me long.
okay,
You
okay.
want me to do the October 2nd like the other?
He said he could do it in 30.
Yeah, I can do it in 30.
Okay, so, we're gonna reset your case.
Yes, sir.
30 days give you an opportunity to, get your attorney hired on the case,
Mhm.
on your cases rather. And, we'll be praying that you, continue to, recover fully
Yes, sir.
from, the illness that you have.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You're gonna stand in front of the coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Said it's at 18?
September 18th, yes, sir.
You still working on it? Mhm. Christopher Chase Stevens. Court is in session in 2 cases. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Christopher Chase Stevens, and they are cause numbers 23 CCCR 0320 and cause number 23 CCCR 0321. Mr. Stevens, your full name is Christopher Chase Stevens.
Yes, sir.
Stevens, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Stevens, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Stevens, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Stevens?
Sir.
You doing good? Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Stevens, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney B. Eric Franklin. Attorney Franklin, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Judge. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Franklin,
Yes, Your
do
Honor.
you waive a record in Mr. Stevens' cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stevens, in cause number 23 CCCR 0320, I have before me a document that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document is titled Information. In this information, Mr. Stevens, it alleges that you, Christopher Chase Stevens, on or about September 17th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, while intoxicated, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Stevens, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Stevens, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Guilty. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Stevens, do you recognize this document? Let me show you this. On page 2, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that says check guilty.
Yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Stevens, the next document that I have on this tablet is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Sure.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's
Yes,
titled
sir.
Defendant? Mr. Stevens, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens, are you a citizen of the United States?
Stay up for 6-1.
Any objections to State's Exhibit Number 1?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Franklin, you've advised and counseled Mr. Stevens. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
And Mr. Stevens, your attorney, Mr. Franklin, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waiver were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For pleading guilty, the state has offered 180 days probated over 15 months with a $500 fine. We may need to make that
Oh,
change to the
Did
paperwork.
you- Yeah,
I've already told Ms. Jackson about the
Okay.
change.
yeah, here you gotta change the tablet. You said 500?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, could you,
Restate.
yeah, restate the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir. 180 days probated over 15 months with a $500 fine, 80 hours community service, the installation, maintaining of an interlock device, and DWI of first year conditions of probation. Along with this case, the companion case, the UCW will be dismissed for forfeiture.
Okay. What is this court cost?
It is 322.
377. Okay. Mr. Stevens, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 15 months. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus a fine for intoxication convictions from Article 102.0185 in the amount of $100. You'll also be required to pay court costs of $377, probation fee of $60 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $151 a month. Will you be able to pay the $151 each month? You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend a completed DWI education class, have a alcohol assessment, adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation, and the state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number 23CCCR 0321 for forfeiture of the weapon in that case. Mr. Stevens, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevens, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Stevens, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Attorney Franklin, about the non-disclosure
This one, Judge, this was a straight probation.
Oh, I thought it was deferred, okay. Yeah, so, just strike that because this is not a deferred, actually, in this type case, you can't get a deferred. Now, Mr. Stevens, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Sure.
And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement. Next will bring us to your next case. Your next case is clause number 23 CCCR 0321. And in this case, I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the Needleton Police Department. Mr. Stevens, do you recognize this document?
Sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled
Yes,
defendant?
sir.
Now, Mr. Stevens, before you sign this motion to forfeit, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And do you want the court to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Needleton Police Department?
Yes, sir.
The court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Needleton Police Department. And state, I have before me a motion to dismiss.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, court is going, and you want the court to grant that motion to dismiss the matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Stevens, I'm signing the motion to dismiss in this case for forfeiture of the weapon to the Needleton Police Department. You'll be able to get a copy of this dismissal from our court, from your attorney, who will give it to you. Give it to you after he receives it from the court coordinator. Now, this will conclude your case. Please stand in front of the court coordinator. You will follow the directions of the bailiff. Yes.
Your Honor, we did want to address one aspect. My client lives in Brownsville and he's gonna be asking probation for.
They'll transfer
Thank you,
it
Judge.
because
That's
you,
what we
you
need.
just need to let him know, let the probation officer know that you live in Brownsville.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. And you have a blessed day, Mr. Stevens, and you have a blessed day as well,
Thank you,
Attorney
Judge.
Franklin.
Right up. Press up and down here, don't worry.
Yeah. It's not good, but they are.
Yeah, it's about 3 blocks from here.
Hold on, let's look at this one.
Oh, yeah, the dismissal. Okay.
He's got three stuff. That's like his. Either
Stephen Carlin Parker.
that one. Oh, so is the one. Okay.
Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session. And calls number 24 CCCR 0026. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Stephen Carlin Parker. Mr. Parker, would you please raise your right hand? Parker, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Parker, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Parker, how are you doing?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Parker, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Matthew Moran, and Attorney Moran, do you waive a record in Mr. Parker's case?
Yes, Your Honor, we waive a record.
Okay, Mr. Parker, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Parker, it alleges that on or about September 15th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense. Now state, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
That's correct in this case, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Parker, the state initially filed a Class A misdemeanor DWI. They are abandoning the enhancement paragraph, which means that you will be charged with a lesser included offense, which is a lower offense, a Class B misdemeanor offense of DWI. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of DWI, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Okay. I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea of Minors, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? And on page 2 of this same, hold on, let me back that out. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials SP on a line next to a box that says guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the third page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
And I also have a document that is on paper. This document is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parker, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parker, are you a citizen of the United States?
Except for States 1.
Any objections to
No.
State's Exhibit 1?
No objection, Your
No
Honor.
objection, State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Attorney Moran, you advised and counseled Mr. Parker, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None at all, Your Honor.
And Mr. Parker, your attorney, Attorney Moran, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moran, well, Mr. Parker, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I would also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For defendants plead guilty, the state is offered 15 months deferred probation with a $500 fine, 50 hours community service, the installation and maintaining of an interlock device, and DWI first stated conditions of probation.
What is this court cost? All right, Mr. Parker. The state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You will also be required to pay court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $152 a month. Will you be able to pay the $152 a month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend a completely DWI education class, and have an alcohol assessment, as well as adhering to the other standard terms and conditions of DWI probation. Mr. Parker, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parker, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Parker, if you successfully complete this deferred adjudicated probation, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in conviction in your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Attorney Morian, about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Mr. Parker, this will conclude your case. You will stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Sir.
And Attorney Moran, you'll be free to go as well. You have a
Thank you,
blessed day.
Judge. It's
Tell your
great to
dad I
see
said
you.
hi.
I sure will. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session. The court is in session. In cause number 24 CCCR 0018, case of style of state of Texas versus Valerie Meehan. Ms. Meehan, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Ms. Meehan? Okay. Now, Ms. Meehan, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
Great, Judge.
Now, Mr. Cole, what is your announcement in Ms. Meehan's case?
We're gonna pick a jury, Your Honor, for the trial.
You gonna reset it for jury trial?
Yes.
Okay, give us a reset date.
For your trial,
Yeah,
September 23rd.
okay, this case will be reset to September 23rd, 2024 for trial. Ms. Meehan, you can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and have a safe trip back. And Mr. Cole, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. This is cause number 23 CCCR 1642. Case of style of state of Texas versus Jasmine Sheree Taft. Ms. Taft, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Taft? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Taft, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Benjamin Jeffries. Mr. Jeffries is appearing via Zoom. Attorney Jeffries, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Jeffries, Ms. Taft's case is on the announcement docket. And what is your announcement in Ms. Taft's case?
Thank you.
We would ask for a reset, Your Honor, and allow me a time to shift through the discovery and communicate with the state to get an offer.
Okay, give us, hmm,
I wouldn't go to,
no, yeah, but that's okay, he's asking for another date.
okay, I don't want to make an offer.
I understand, but you can talk to your attorney about that. Now, Mr. Jeffries, you want this case, let's see how, we're gonna put this case on a pretrial conference docket,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay? Give us a reset.
Oh, September 30th or October 2nd.
Do September because we didn't,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, it's September 30th. Okay, this case will be reset to September 30th, Ms. Taft. Now, I don't think Mr. Jeffries is aware. Mr. Jeffries, Ms. Taft, according to, our paperwork, she has an active warrant for a new, misdemeanor offense. You will be appointed on that case as well. And she also has a felony offense. Okay? Now, they're gonna take her into custody. At this time, she will get her reset on her, it's gonna be two misdemeanor cases. What is that date? September 30th of 2024.
Okay, so they'll all be running together?
Yeah, well, with the two misdemeanors, we don't know when the felony is gonna be set.
Okay, understood, Your Honor.
Okay, actually, I would think the felony, this case is independent of the new misdemeanor and the felony because I guess these are recent cases.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jeffries, your reset will be sent to you. And, Ms. Taft, you can follow the bailiff. And you have a blessed day.
I'll come back for that reset.
And Mr. Jeffries, we had Mr. Benjamin Barker's scheduled for today. And, he has not made an appearance.
Your Honor, his was a competency issue.
Right?
We may want to address in a,
Well, we
Not-
can't address it now. He's not here. Apparently
Correct.
he was, released from jail on a personal recognizance bond.
correct.
So, we can't address it. So at this time, what we're gonna do in a few minutes, unless you have some contact information for him,
I have no contact.
we would have to, we'll go forward. We'll call a case and then we'll move forward from there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just hold on a minute.
Oh, hold on. Here it is. Oh, you said he was here last week?
No, notice was sent. You had a good address. Well, it's still, you had a good address? Okay, yeah, just hold on a minute. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session in 2 cases, cause numbers M332428 and cause number M332716. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Benjamin D. Barker. Benjamin D. Barker was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court really called the name of Benjamin Barker. At the courthouse door, Benjamin Barker did not answer. Benjamin Barker has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:46 a.m. on today's date of August 2nd of 2024. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Benjamin Barker at the courthouse door?
And it's been determined by the court that he's received proper notice.
Yeah.
Benjamin Barker? Benjamin Barker? No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Benjamin Barker's name was just called at the courthouse door. Benjamin Barker did not answer. Reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Barker an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted in each case. Benjamin Barker's bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for his arrest and cause numbers M332 and cause number M332428 and cause number M332716. This will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on today's date of August 2nd of 2024 in County Court at Law number 2. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. And Mr. Jeffries, you are excused and you have a blessed day. And
Thank you.
prosecutors, you are excused as well. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.